Today, we're diving into a scientific revolution that's happening as we speak, and it's a shift that could literally change everything you thought you knew about getting older. We're not talking about a few extra years, we're talking about living to 150 in good health.
Just let that statement sink in for a second. This is not science fiction. It's a serious prediction based on real, tangible breakthroughs that are moving from labs into our lives at a truly astonishing speed. For all of human history, aging was just an inevitable decline. Well, that entire idea, it just broke.
And this is the event that lit the fuse. Early in 2025, a team at Harvard Medical School didn't just slow down aging in human cells. They actually reversed it. And listen, we're not talking about mice or worms here. These were cells taken from elderly human donors, and they made them biologically younger. The race is officially on.
Okay, so the big question is, how on earth did they do it? Because this wasn't some new supplement or a simple lifestyle tweak. This goes way, way deeper. We are talking about fundamentally reprogramming the software of life itself.
All right, let's break this down, because the details are everything. The Harvard team went after something called the epigenome. Now, the easiest way to think about it is this. Your DNA is like the hardware in your computer. It's fixed. But the epigenome is the software that tells that hardware what to do. And as we get older, that software gets corrupted, it gets buggy. So what these scientists did was use a special cocktail of proteins called Yamanaka factors to basically hit reinstall on that old software. And the result? Well, the cells didn't just look younger, they started acting younger. Their power plants, the mitochondria, worked better, they repaired themselves more efficiently. And look at that last point, because this is the absolute game changer. We are not just talking about tapping the brakes on aging anymore. This is throwing the car into reverse.
Now, that Harvard discovery is incredible, no doubt about it. But believe it or not, it's just the tip of the spear. There is an entire pipeline of different therapies already moving through human trials right now, all attacking aging from multiple different angles.
First up, we've got something called Senolytics. And really, the best way to think of these is as zombie cell killers. See, as we age, our bodies accumulate these damaged, senescent cells that just refuse to die. They're supposed to clear out, but they don't. They just hang around like these toxic neighbors, spewing out inflammatory gunk that makes all the healthy cells around them age faster. Senolytics are drugs specifically designed to hunt these zombies down and just eliminate them.
And what's so exciting is that we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. This is a full-on, multi-front assault on aging. Just look at this table. You've got drugs you've probably heard of, like GLP-1s, think Ozempic. They're already FDA approved for other things, and a specific longevity use could be coming by 2027. Then you've got those zombie cell killing Senolytics. We're expecting huge trial results on those in 2026. And down the list, you have things like NAD+ boosters you can buy right now, and rapamycin, which is already being used off-label. The takeaway here is that there are multiple shots on goal, all happening at once.
A revolution like this needs more than just great science. It needs fuel. It needs capital, a massive amount of it. And when you start to follow the money, well, that's where the story gets really interesting.
$3 billion. That's how much money Jeff Bezos invested to get a single company off the ground. It's called Altos Labs. And its sole mission? To take that exact cellular reprogramming technology we just talked about and turn it into medicine. Then you've got tech entrepreneur Bryan Johnson. This is what he spent on his own body. His Project Blueprint is this radical experiment to try and reverse his own biological age, and he claims he's already turned back the clock by about a decade. And that number? $20 billion. That's the size of Saudi Arabia's Hevolution Foundation. It is the single largest fund dedicated to longevity research in human history. This isn't just a science project anymore. It's become a geopolitical priority. But money is only part of the equation. The real force multiplier, the thing that's like pouring gasoline on the fire, is artificial intelligence. AI is taking research timelines that used to take years and just compressing them into months. Check this out. It's a perfect example. A company called Insilico Medicine used AI to take a brand new anti-aging drug from just an idea all the way to human trials in only 18 months. Now, as you can see, the old-fashioned way takes about 4 years. AI is slashing that time by more than half. It's making the whole process faster, smarter, and ultimately cheaper. So this is all fascinating stuff. But the most important question is, what does it mean for you, right now, today? How do you position yourself to actually be here when these breakthroughs finally hit the mainstream?
Well, right now, there are basically two paths you can start to explore, and I have to say, it is absolutely vital you discuss any of this with your doctor first. On the left, you've got the established medical route, things like metformin, which costs just a few bucks a month, or rapamycin, which some forward-thinking doctors prescribe off-label. On the right, you've got the whole world of biohacking, supplements, NAD+ boosters, that kind of thing. The point is, you don't have to just sit on the sidelines and wait for 2035. You can get in the game today.
The goal is simple. You need to build a bridge to that future. And this right here is your blueprint. The foundations are totally non-negotiable. You've got to optimize your health now with diet, exercise, and sleep. Then, start monitoring your biomarkers to get a baseline for your biological age. Stay informed, start planning financially, and talk to your doctor about early interventions. It's all about one simple thing: staying as healthy as possible for as long as possible.
Because you're not just buying yourself a few more good years. You're buying yourself a ticket to a completely different kind of future, one built around a mind-bending concept called longevity escape velocity.
This idea was made famous by a researcher named Aubrey de Grey. It's the tipping point. Imagine a time when for every single year you manage to live, science is advancing so fast that it gives you a year and a half back. At that point, your biological clock effectively stops ticking forward. Many experts think we could reach this point somewhere between 2035 and 2040.
And this isn't some distant dream. I mean, look at this timeline. The next few years are absolutely packed with critical milestones. We're talking the first human trials on reprogramming, results from the Senolytic drugs, approval of tissue regeneration therapies. This isn't one big breakthrough in 20 years. It's a cascade of them, one after another, over the next decade.
Now, it is totally fair to be skeptical. We've all heard promises about anti-aging cures before. So let's be real. What are the legitimate hurdles here? What could go wrong?
And yes, there are absolutely real challenges. Huge ones. First, what works in a mouse doesn't always work in a human. That's the replication crisis. Second, aging is just ridiculously complex. There's not going to be one single magic bullet that solves it all. And maybe most important of all is the access problem. When these treatments arrive, will they only be for the super rich? These are serious questions we have to solve.
But after you weigh all the evidence, the biggest risk for you personally might not be that the science is going to fail. It's the risk of not being healthy enough to benefit from it when it finally arrives. These treatments are coming. The question is, will you be ready for them?
Because that's what it all comes down to. Every healthy year you add to your life right now isn't just another year. It's a lottery ticket. It's a ticket to a future where aging becomes a treatable condition. It's a chance to see a world we can barely even imagine. So the final question is simply this: will you be there?